if you would like to have a quick calculation, assume now you are doing a benchmark and you would like to have something quick to compare, for example, assume this is your data, the original, you want to get something like this, your percentage comparison of your downlink speed for with a particular duration or day, in daily wise, what was the variation of downlink speed. So actually, in case, for example, let me create first, again from here, you need to click stacked column. So for example, this chart will appear. Let me minimize this part here. This part which appear. So now I will add, for example, the date. I will search on the date. I will drag it and drop it into x-axis. Then again, the date, you can change it to daily, weekly, you can keep whatever you want. I will just keep it date, daily means. So now I will just again add the speed wise. So now I will add the downlink speed, for example, in the y column. So it's coming like this, okay? So now I just need to make it to the average value. So this is the downlink with average speed. So it's like 200 moving up and down. So you just need to get something quickly. For example, you want to compare all these values with 25 or with 26 or whatever the dates you do. So for example, if you get something similar like this part, what you need to do, you just need to go to the column YX here, the value, whatever the value you would like to compare. So you need to click on this point here. Once you click it, you will find something called new quick measure. So you click in this new quick measure, and this will help you, like in case if you don't very familiar with the formulas yet, this can give you a calculation, quick calculation. So let's click now here. It will open a new page, as you can see here, called the quick measure. Under this quick measure, you will find multiple things. You can navigate it. For example, here, average per category, variance, filters. For example, I want to check the delta in term of percentage. So I want the percentage differences from a filtered value. So if I click this one, what it means, it will open here the base value, my base value, which I already clicked it here. It was the downlink throughput, right? So now I'm having that filter. I need to filter based on date. This can be any other filter, for example, compared to other operator. So if you open this part, it will give you all the dates. Now I want to compare it, for example, with all the values, daily values with the 25th of April. So even you can compare it with 2 days, by the way, or 3 days. You can just do whatever you want. Like, for example, you call it to 25 April. Now select this particular day. Now what will do, it will add both charts together. So now, for example, I have both together. If I move this one here, actually, before moving anything, you can see it's already added here with the name of the data, your data. It's coming as average of downlink difference from Monday, the day you have mentioned. You can change this name. Then it gave a formula for whatever we have mentioned for them. This is like was quickly calculated by the system once you use this new measure thing. So now for this visual, I would like to make it looks like whatever we have here. So I have, that's why the old data is already here. So even if I moved it to the line, now you can just remove this quick measure for now. So now, for example, this is my data. You can see above here, this is the delta. So this delta, for example, you found this at 37.27. So this is actually 37.27 as well, but I just did some formatting. And here you can see this is actual speed. So you can even remove it from here and keep this one here. And again, if you would like to make the formatting, you can quickly click here and click and go to the format your visual, and you'll find the data label here. If you get the data label, it will be coming like this. Under the data labels, you can make whatever format you would like. For example, this is horizontal. I would like to keep it as vertical. So once I give it vertical, I will say I need it inside the end, for example. It will give it inside the end, as you can see here. And then down here, you can find the values itself. You can make it as black or red or whatever. So it give here, and the values itself, for example, I want to remove the digits, so I can just give 0 digit here, so it will be coming like this. So this is one of the quick calculation, which can be like for any other method as well, but I was just giving one of the example which we usually use. So what you need to do is just click here and just make a new quick measure, and it will directly open this kind of quick measure, and it will give you the same thing. And whatever you created, it will be appearing in your dataset as shown here in the figure on the right. This is called average downlink data differences, which you already created and shown in this particular figure. So now moving forward to the table comparison, actually it's not something really advanced, but it just has some tricks. You might face it, especially if you just started using the Power BI. So in case, for example, you have two different table and you have the matrix table. So I will just click in the matrix table and see what we have. So in matrix table, for example, assume that you want to have a comparison between multiple KPIs. So I will just take whatever KPIs in this here data we have, and I'll drag and drop it into the raw values. So I will just drag and drop in the values down here. So if you click here, it will just keep putting it in the value sheet. You can see I just drag and drop into value sheet. You can see here. Okay. So now I'm just adding more KPIs. Okay. So now it's coming like this. As you can see this, if I click here, focus mode. So you could, this is all my KPI. It's coming like this. So now assuming I want to switch, I want to see it as a column, not as a row. So you can again go to the format visual and just search for something called a switch. See, this one is going switch row values and row groups rather than columns. So if I click this one, now it will be giving this part for you as here as value, for example, average latency like this. So in case now you would like to compare or have a benchmark with two different dates. So in this case, what you need to do, I need to add something into the columns. For example, I will add the date. I will add the date into the column here. Assume now I would like to keep the month. Here is skimming the year. I would like to keep the month value. So if I want to keep the month value, I will remove everything. And so let's keep the, actually this is within the same, so it will not make a big differences. So let's remove all. I'll just make like that hierarchy. Okay, I think we have the months, we have the months. So let's see. Let's again do it like this, and I'll just keep the month value. If I remove this too, and just keep the month. See, it's giving now the differences between April and May. This was the value. This actually percentage thing, I think we don't need it really, which is I think the second one here. I will just remove this one. No need. So now moving here, if you back to your table, you find that the April was this value, May was this value, and this was the overall total. You have it. And for the table format, it's exactly the same idea. Whatever you need to format as a colors for the values. For example, again, you go here and click in this figure, format your visual, and under format your visual, you find many things here. For example, you would like to format a specific column, which is average latency. For example, I would like to apply a header and this average latency or the column you like, you apply, for example, cell element, for example, the latency, you want to give a specific color to the background. So for example, you enable the background here, you'll find that it's having this kind of color. Again, you have the condition formatting. You can make it based on gradient, exactly same what we have discussed before. So it will just range it based on what you have here. And here it's already automatic giving the average latency. So this one will giving like this. Also the font color can be exactly the same idea. For example, now it's giving also based on automatic one. So I will also give this one as red color and this for example as black color like this one. This is also the, so this one actually see this giving blue value here and red value here, and this is exactly applying for the all the remaining. And for example, if you want to add a bars data bars here, so you need to click down here, and in this data bars you just like for example if positive bars, so give me like this, and if negative give me like this. So you can even identify a specific value. See, it's just highlighting my things. And also you can add icons. And also down here, if you click, you have icons as well. And the icons you can just add, it's automatic, add some icons here with some percentage. You can modify this one based on your needs and so on. So now I want, for example, to disable this one. So this is how I can get it. And this is how the table working. And also this is one of the examples of the tables. The other table actually, it's just like if you click here, down here, it's called table, normal table. This normal table you can see here, just a sort of columns, have nothing else, just a column like this. As you can see here. So usually you use this matrix table and so on. And by the way, also you have something called a slicer. Maybe I can just quickly give example about it. For example, if you click a slicer here, so in this slicer, in case if you want to filter here based on operator as an example. So I will just add in this slicers a field, it's just having this field thing. So now it's giving three operators. So if I filter here, it will be changing the value inside operator one, operator two, operator three, and so on.